Hello everyone. Today we would like to demo the error tracking and tracing capabilities of the GitLab observability. So we are going to demo both features by using Hotrod, which is a sample application provided by Jaeger. What we have actually done is that we forked the Hotrod sample app and used it for demo purposes. We run the application on a demo Kubernetes cluster and we expose it through a domain name. For this demo, we will be using two things. First, we have already used the Go Sentry SDK for instrumenting the Hotrod app to send errors to the GitLab observability backend. When it comes to traces, in order to correctly emit traces to the GitLab observability backend, we will use the OpenTelemetry enabled endpoint, which is the default when you get started with GitLab observability. Now, let's serve some requests. Let's make some requests. So we can click these buttons, and as you can see, we already are serving some requests. Now, if we go into the group where our Hotrod application is located and visit the observability tab, we can go into Explore Telemetry Data, and as a data source we can choose tracing. And then we already see here that we have some traces available. Let's choose the last one. As you can see, the time corresponds to the request that we just made. And here you can actually see all the spans of the trace. You also see two errors that were generated here from the Redis microservice. Now, if we go again in the GitLab observability UI and we choose GitLab error tracking as a data source, then we choose issues as a query type and Hotrod as the project, then you can actually see the errors grouped together as an issue. And you also see the time that corresponds to the same error. As we speak, we are currently working on adding the ability to collate the two dimensions so that you can quickly jump from errors generated inside your traces, as you can see here, just by clicking the corresponding error. In order to do all this, we assume that your code is already instrumented to emit traces. Once that is done, and you have the correct configuration, then all you have to do is configure your tracing client or exporter to point to the endpoints you have received from the GitLab observability backend configuration and configure your credentials correctly, as you can see in this YAML file. When it comes to error tracking, the only added configuration that you will need is the Sentry DSN, which you can also find in the GitLab observability monitor settings. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching.